Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be my lip picks for the month of November. So if you are new to my lip pick series, I will have my playlist linked down below. I did recently change up the format of the lip picks video. The October one was the first time trying it in the top 5, bottom 5 format, and I got a lot of love on it. It seemed like you guys were really excited for the top 5, bottom 5 format, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the month of November. Basically what I do is I make a list of every single lipstick lip combination that I wore the month prior in all of my YouTube videos, and I typically post 6 to 7 videos a week, so I have a lot of different choices in there. And then I pick out my top 5 lipsticks that I wore and also the bottom 5 lipsticks that I wore. I'll show swatches, a photo of me wearing it, and why I put it into either the top 5 or the bottom 5 categories. So we got a lot of lipsticks to talk about today, so let me go ahead and get started. Okay, so I am going to start off with the bottom 5 categories so we can end on a top note. And I had quite a few contenders in the bottom 5 category for the month of November, which is a bummer, but I love lipsticks. That's why I love making the lip pick series, because I love to be able to talk about lipsticks. I love trying out new formulas. It's like one of my favorite things to do. My lipstick collection is proof of that. But the first one that I have here to talk about, this is from Beauty Bakerie, and this is the shade Funnel Cake. So this is one of their mini lipsticks. I purchased it off the Ulta website. I believe it was like $14. And so it is. I mean, it's definitely a smaller lipstick. The packaging is smaller. The actual, tube of lipstick in here is smaller. So this is the shade Funnel Cake, and on the Ulta website it describes this as a mauve, and this is definitely not a mauve lipstick. So one of the reasons why I picked it out, A, I love Funnel Cake. That was a big reason. But B, I also thought I was getting a mauve lipstick, and this isn't what I would consider to be a mauve shade. It actually is more pink with even coral in it. So I was a little bit disappointed in the shade, but I've also just come to realize I just don't really love this too. And the top 5, bottom 5 can be because of shade, because of formula, whatever it may be. It's not that I dislike the shade. I like it. I like the shade just fine, but it's not what I expected to arrive. It's not what I expected to put on my lips, so that was kind of a bummer. But then the other thing is that I'm not a huge fan of the formula. It's not like the worst lipstick formula that I've ever tried, but there's nothing really about it that made it stand out to me. I've tried it a couple times, and each time I've just been kind of like, meh. It transfers a lot onto my teeth. I think there was a video actually where I was wearing it, and I paused or something, and I looked at myself, and I had lipstick on my teeth, and I was like, are you serious? I applied this an hour ago. Why is it still transferring onto my teeth? So that's something that kind of drives me a little bit crazy. So I do get the transfer on my teeth, and overall it's just kind of I feel like it takes me a while to build it up, so you can't really see my lips through it, and I feel like I'm working it for a long time trying to get it built up on my lips. I didn't find it super long wearing or anything like that. It does dry it more matte on the lips, which I like, but then also I don't like that it's not very long wearing. So this one was a bit of a miss for me. The packaging is also just a little bit on the odd side. It feels very papery. It just doesn't feel very lovely quality, and it is only $14, but it also is a mini lipstick. It's not a full-size lip product, so I don't know. This one was just kind of odd to me, and if I'm evaluating all of the lipsticks that I wore and I gotta slot them into categories, this one would fall into the bottom 5 category, which is a bummer. Okay, the next one that I have to talk about is from Colourpop. So this one here from Colourpop, this is an ultra blotted lip. This formula is just not for me. My review video with this should be up because I used it once in a trying new makeup video, and I always come back to give my review in a hits and misses video, and I said this formula is just not for me. So the ultra blotted lip, kind of the point of it is to make it look like a lip color that's blotted, you've put a lipstick on and then you blotted your lips off. More of a sheer color, more of a wash of color, and that's just not my personal taste. So here is a swatch of Zuma, and if you can even tell, I tried not to build the swatch up so you can see what it looks like when you actually do apply it to your lips, and I mean, you can tell that it's very it just doesn't have a lot of oomph to it. Now this might be some people's preference, this might be your favorite thing, but for me it's just not. I want to keep building it up, and I think even when I swatched it in my review video, I sat there and was building the swatch up, and then I was like, what are you doing? Because that's not how That's not how it's supposed to be looking on your lips. It's supposed to look super blotted, and it's just not my preference. The shade that I have is in Zuma, and I do like Zuma. I think that it's a nice color, but again, this lip formula is just not going to be for me. But if it sounds like something that you would enjoy, the Colourpop lipsticks are more affordable, so you can keep that in mind. I did have one from MAC here, and I kind of went back and forth if I was going to mention this, because in last month's lip picks video I did touch on the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks. I did also review these recently in a follow-up video, and I said that the Powder Kiss formula again is just not for me. The shade I wore in November was called A Little Tamed, but I also didn't really get on with this shade, and I remember putting it on and being like, ooh, that's not for me. I mean, it's pink, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's pink, but it's more of like a hot pink. But then also when you apply it to your lips, the Powder Kiss formulas are, I mean, they definitely feel more powdery on the lips, but they also feel like that, just like a soft wash of color. There's not a lot of pizzazz, pow with these lipsticks. They're not super opaque on the lips. And it was something with like that formula mixed with like a brighter color. It just looked odd. And to me, when I put it on, the bright color mixed with the soft formula, I almost felt kind of like clownish, and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do here? And of course, I put a lip gloss over it. Like that's, I don't know if I've ever worn one of these MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks without applying a lip gloss over it, because again, just not a great formula for me personally. So that one was a no-go, but then I also thought I'd point out that that lip color just was not, also not a favorite of mine. Okay, so also in here I have from Profusion. Okay, so this was a bummer because I tried out a couple of Profusion products. I'm apparently just throwing them around. I tried out a couple of Profusion products in a trying to makeup video where I was testing out indie brands, and I was trying out a few products from Profusion that I've never tried the brand before, so it was exciting for me to try out. I had a couple products sent to me. I was excited to try them, and things were going really well. And I tried out the lip kit that they sent to me, and this is in Bare. So you have a lipstick, you have a lip gloss, and then you have the lip liner that I just threw to the ground. It just rolled off my desk. It's not that serious. But I tried out the combo, and I was like, dang, this is awesome. This is $4.99 for a kit. I was like, sweet, this is so cool. And I noticed at the end of filming, like at the end of the day of that filming day, and I still had my makeup on, that my lipstick had kind of started to transfer, you know, it kind of started to like feather out, and it just almost looked a little like I felt like a melting clown. Like my expression started to kind of go like in a weird way. I don't know how to describe it, but it was strange. And I was like, that's weird. I've now tried the kit out a total of 3 times, but I've tried the lipstick even more. And I'm bummed because I really like the color. Obviously I'm a big fan of nudes. I like the color of everything, but I think it's the lipstick that's doing it, because I started trying the lipstick on its own, and it's like after, I mean, it's several hours of wear, don't get me wrong, but after several hours of wear, it starts to bleed outside of the lip line and just kind of start traveling to places where your lipstick shouldn't travel. So again, I really like that this is a nice, you know, affordable lip kit. I think that's really good, but I wouldn't recommend it for like several hours of wear, because I think that you're going to start to get that happening. So I'll go ahead and swatch everything. Oh, and I did want to say too that eventually my the Profusion lipstick, it has come out of the tube, so I have to be careful when I take the lid off, because one time the lipstick shot out across my room and I was like, no, my poor carpet in the office is just like, why me? What have I done to you? Because I dropped makeup on it so much and stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry. So again, the lip kit, it comes with the lip liner, a lipstick, and a lip gloss. And I mean, that's a great deal. Again, I just don't find it to be very long wearing, and I think it's the lipstick that is the culprit out of this. So we have the lip liner, and then the lipstick, and then the lip gloss. They look really beautiful paired together, and I was wearing them in a recent video too, and I just wanted to kind of test everything out a few more times. But again, I have to say, it's not like it's a total horrible fail, horrible product. It's just if I'm putting categories, you know, top 5, bottom 5, this would have to go in the bottom 5 just because I look a little strange after I get done wearing these for a while. I don't want to keep checking my teeth because they feel fuzzy, like I feel like I have lipstick on them. But I just went to the dentist not too long ago, and they did that fluoride treatment where they like brush it on your teeth, and then your teeth feel fuzzy for the next like hour or whatever it is. So I keep like, what is on my teeth? Fluoride. Healthy teeth. Okay, but the final ones that I have to talk about, I'm really bummed about these because I've been really enjoying a lot from the brand, and it's a newer brand, but I think I've decided that the lipsticks are just not going to be for me. And these are from Mavie Cosmetics. So I've been talking about Mavie Cosmetics. I really enjoyed their eyeshadow palettes. The blushes, I've been wearing their nude blush over and over again. I think it is so beautiful. But the lipsticks, again, I don't think that they're the worst lipsticks ever. I don't think that they're for me. And again, if I'm categorizing top 5, bottom 5, they would have to go in my bottom 5 category. The one that I tried out in my November video, I actually had a mixture of them on. So I had Inspiration and also Resilience. So this one here is in Resilience, and then this one here is in Inspiration. Inspiration isn't the total pink that I love wearing. It's a little bit too bright on my lips, so I actually put that on, and then I came in with the Resilience and I put that more in the center because it's more of a nude to kind of get it to the look that I like it to be. So for the formula on these, they are, you know, a creamy lipstick, and they definitely look creamy as you apply them. Like they have that bit of like a sheen to them. I typically prefer more matte lips, whether it be a bullet lipstick or a matte bullet lipstick. I don't do gloss a ton. I always say that as I'm wearing gloss in videos, but I typically prefer the matte trends. So again, that's why like they're just not my absolute favorite, but it was almost like they were like too thick or something. I don't know, it just almost like waxy feeling on my lips. I didn't love how they felt, and I just kind of didn't really love how they looked on my lips either. And I've tried these, like, again, like I said, these were the ones that I tried out in the November video, and I've tried 2 more of the lipsticks. And again, it's not like it's a super terrible formula, and like I'm not recommending the lipstick for anybody. It's just a personal preference of mine. I didn't love how they looked on my lips, and not a lot of the shades I really felt like were speaking to me either that I've tried. I just didn't find that one that I was like, you look really good today, girl. Your lipstick is looking poppin'. Like I was just like, oh, okay. Meh. And you know, so that's why I put them in the bottom 5. But I do like a lot of the other products from Mavie Cosmetics. Like I said, I think the lipsticks are just going to be a personal miss for me, and that happens. I mean, I don't think that there's a brand that I love absolutely everything from. That's kind of impossible these days. But for me, that those were just a miss from the brand. But that is my bottom 5 for the lip picks, and let's hop over and talk about some of my faves. Alrighty, let's move over to happier things, lipsticks that I love. First up, who saw this coming? Fenty Uncuffed. Oh yes. I put this one recently in a products I don't regret buying. I picked this up from Sephora, and then I also have it in my November Makeup Monthly in my favorite section, and of course I have to mention it as a top 5 lipstick. I am so impressed with this lipstick. I really enjoyed the formula. I love how comfortable it feels on the lip. It's a thinner liquid lipstick. It doesn't really get drying at all. It lasts a very long time, and this mauve color in Uncuffed is absolutely beautiful. So I love it all. I love the formula. I love the color so much. I'm definitely interested in picking up more. Packaging is a little harder to store. I usually just have it sitting on my desk behind me, but it also, that means that like it's always sitting out there, and it's like, use me, and I'm like, okay. Talk to me and do it again, you know, shucks. So next up I have from Persona Cosmetics. I wore the shade OG in one of my videos in November, and I really enjoyed these Persona lipsticks. I just mentioned Persona Cosmetics in the 9 brands I think that you should try in 2019, where I was talking about new brands or underrated makeup. Persona is more of a newer brand, but I highly recommend them, and I really enjoyed their liquid lipsticks. There's 3 different shades, a nude, a pink, and also a red. I actually like all of them, but I wore the nude in one of my videos, and I was like, you know what? It has to go in my top 5 category. So you can find Persona Cosmetics at Ulta Beauty. Again, I really like this liquid lipstick formula, a little bit more thinner. It's a little bit more on the watery side. Almost kind of reminds me a little bit of the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick formula. Not quite as thin and as watery as Huda, but that's something that I would, you know, kind of make reference to. And this nude is absolutely beautiful. I really enjoy wearing it. Again, it's dry, but it's not like an overly drying liquid lipstick, and it has really good staying power. So I highly recommend I highly recommend the ones from Persona. Look at me getting all excited talking about lipsticks. Calm down, girl. Okay, so next up I have one here from MAC. And I believe I wore this one in one of my like revisiting old favorites. I did a full face trying out products from my 2016 favorites. Actually, both of my lipsticks from, that's weird. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, I have both lipsticks. I did a 2016 full face using favorites from my 2016 Big Best of Beauty video, and then I also did it for my 2017 video, and I kind of did like a recap of 2018, and I was using all my favorites from the year prior when I put out my Best of video, and both of these lip products are in here. That's funny. And they're both still faves. I still enjoyed them so much, so, would y'all look at that. So first up, I have this one here from MAC. This is in Burnt Spice. This is one of their Retro Matte Liquid Lip Colors. I've talked about Burnt Spice a lot on my channel. Obviously, this is, you know, a favorite of mine for a very long time. Burnt Spice is just one of my favorite nudes. I think that this is so beautiful. It's a really nice, like, neutral nude, but with a little bit of pink in it. And to me, it is just like my kind of nude. So you can kind of compare it here with the Persona, the OG. You can see that Persona is more of that brown nude. Burnt Spice is more of that pinky nude, and I just think it is so beautiful. I will say that the MAC liquid lipsticks are not the longest lasting formula. They do wear away. These are not nacho proof. These will wear away if you're eating nachos or like anything oily based, but it is, or I mean just really any food in general, but especially oily based because that's mostly what I eat, let's be serious. And but they're really easy to reapply because they're a nice and thin formula. They don't get too gunky on the lips if you're trying to reapply them. I also really do like the applicators on the MAC lipsticks because they have a nice pointed tip. I don't always use lip liner. I did today, of course, but I don't always use lip liner, and I really like this to be able to really precisely line my lips and then fill them in with the flat side of the applicator. So I'm a big fan, especially of Burnt Spice, but again, I just wanted to point that out. Not the longest lasting, easy to reapply, but seriously, one of my favorite nudes. And then the other one from the flashback videos is with Colourpop. This is in collaboration with Kathleen Lights, and this is in 0.0. 0.0 is just such a unique color, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Colourpop Ultra Matte and Ultra Satin lipsticks, and I believe this one is an Ultra Satin. It is completely worn away, excuse me, on my tube here, but I think this one is an Ultra Satin. I do think the Ultra Mattes go bad very quickly, like the actual formula goes bad. They don't have a long shelf life, so again, they're really affordable, but I recommend them, and like, you know, buying a lot of your favorite shades if you are really going to use them and use them quickly. If you are someone who has a larger lipstick collection like I do, it's really not worth it because yes, they're very inexpensive, but they're also gonna go bad. So I don't mind paying more money to have something that's gonna have more of a shelf life in my collection. So that's kind of what I think about Colourpop. But even so, like, I used to have a very large lipstick collection from Colourpop with their Ultra Mattes and their Ultra Satins, and I really decluttered it down pretty hard. I think I only maybe have like 5 or 6 in my collection as of right now, but I still cannot get rid of 0.0 because it's just such a unique color that I don't have a lot like this in my collection, and I'm like, I just don't want to get rid of it yet. This one is more on the cool tone side, and it's more of that like cool tone, like that grayish color almost, you know? So there it is right there. So, you know, you can kind of compare it with the other shades that I've been loving. We have mauve, we have nude, we have pink nude, and now we got like our wild card for the month. 0.0 is definitely my wild card. So again, this was made in collaboration with Kathleen Lights, and I just think that she did a really good job picking out this color because it's just unique. Honestly, if this was just like a regular nude, a regular pink, anything like that, it would have been decluttered out of my collection, but I keep it around because of the color. So there we go. That's kind of funny. I did not realize that as I was making my list, but hey, cool. All right, so next up we have one of the newer lipsticks to my collection, and let me tell you how excited I am that I've been enjoying this lipstick. Thank goodness. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in Pillow Talk. Who else is wiping their forehead right now? Because I purchased a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, one of the hot lips I think it was, in Kim KW, and I did not like it. I did not like it. I decluttered it out of my collection, and I was like, well, I feel stupid because that's a very expensive lipstick and I didn't like it at all. And people were saying, try Pillow Talk, try the, I think it's called like the Matte Revolution formula. And I was thinking about it and I was thinking about it, and I finally picked it up at Sephora. It was when they extended their sale. They did the holiday sale with the 20% off for Rouge. They extended it to another weekend, not even the second weekend, but they did another weekend. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And you know what? I really like this lipstick, you guys. I'm so excited. So I love the color. The color is definitely way more me than the Kim KW one was. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so there is the swatch of Pillow Talk. I almost said Kim KW. So I feel feel like we have a slight variation, in tones this month, but it's a beautiful pink nude. And I really enjoy this formula. I like that it looks a little bit more matte on the lips. I will say it takes a while for it to look matte. It's nice and creamy when you first apply it, which I like, because sometimes with matte bullet lipsticks, you're like, what's going on here? Why is this so hard to get on my lips? This one is very creamy, and it kind of has that sheen for a while, but it does slowly start to look more matte on the lips, which I appreciate. And it has really, really good lasting power. I wore this out the other weekend, out at like 7 o'clock, friends, and we ended up, okay, I'm just gonna tell you. So we ended up at a Perkins. If anyone's familiar with a Perkins, it's just like a 24-hour restaurant. We were reliving our college days, so there's that. We ended up at Perkins at 2 in the morning ordering food. And I mean, I got a salad, but I also got a chicken strip sandwich and fries, all of that. I got home at 3 a.m. that night, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, girl, your lipstick do not look that bad for a non-liquid lipstick that can usually stick on a little bit longer. This one held up really well. You know, it was worn away a bit in the center, but I had not reapplied my lipstick one time starting from 7 o'clock to 3 a.m. This lipstick was looking pretty darn good. I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't embarrassed to be seen at Perkins at 2 a.m. with the Pillow Talk lipstick on, okay? Okay, I can't believe I just told that story. Yep, that happened. That was real life. I texted my friend the next morning. I was like, did we really do that? Did we really do that? We really did. So these are the 5 favorites that I wore throughout my November videos. These are my top 5 picks. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing a new lip picks video in my top 5, bottom 5 series. Let me know if you'd want to see one for December, of course, and I would be happy to do that. But let me know your thoughts down below. What should these products have you tried? What have you been thinking about trying? What maybe worked for you, didn't work for you? I would always love to know. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.